Maka ke ni negbe se mo fi okwe ba ye miniba.
O me se egbe ake iyo yake ntumo se mo gba mi wo loko fi mi.
Okay, be no ye no ko ba.
O loko ba ko me na mi ntumo se.
Ma o fa ne bo won ta wole aga o ye ko.
Oh, fine. And I was on get shift lenge ko. Nye wonu emi wole spices fine. Ni chale 7 je. Logo ba ye fine. She me go make poison. When it tree for few she na me. Ike mo go European get poison go.
Coaching is putting your thinking into action. That is what coaching is about. Now, I study them, I show them, I revisited the match they played against us. Then I saw that we gave them enough space to operate because they are full of techniques. The boys, the 14, 20, 10, 8, 12. Very with the ball when you give them space. So we try something called tracking and getting free. Track them, get free and play. So we deny them the space for them to maneuver.
In terms of power play, it's zilch. If you watch our game against Mali, the young man was running away from taking the ball. He didn't want it. Give me away. He was practically running away. He was running away when we were being marooned and we were under attack from the Malians, and he had the opportunity of staking a claim in the team. Anytime an attempt was made to him with the ball, with the pass,
He's running away.
He's running away, leaving the ball,
Hiding
behind opponent. This whole Telemundo, it's something that sometimes
for the uninitiated, Telemundo is a channel that shows telenovelas.
Yes.
So this is like a soap opera.
It's like a soap opera. This clearly is a soap opera. It's winding down. So let's call Extremadura man from Extremadura man. Boga, when the boy is coming to the player, he's running away. You know what's the game? And shockingly, there's a certain miraculous acrobatism.
Na message say there masin san players akuku da mama mutim na gina masa players be na masin san team na no ayehye team wo de bubo players na mama sakim ch hwan sakim ch aha team over na wo se dai team over na aha Cavers hwan Cavers nyina ya san omo eze sisa sikupulator mo nya bi mo sisa sikupulator onya bi mo ayi omo se ayi Brazil anyway ya sign no Brazil ni bay omo fẹ́ no wa se silver se wa Tiago Silva aha Tiago Silva eze
me the Felix on against stand my stand be say me Adamu I no go need my job go marry no you see I don't need my job go marry
so you refuse say they punish him.
They know the punishment. It serves you right. No, not the punishment. See, you choose. You choose love over job. That is exactly what you do. Because see what Richard go do. Football no day. Richard go marry.
Yeah.
So if you be footballer, see from August 2019 to December 29, we don't play football. No marry. We start live after we fall. You say they go marry.
That be the time where money catch.
No. So you choose love over career. And so if today you get your lover, the coach say they give you more time to go chop love. So it's not a big deal. Me, I guess that I thought that this matter.
Does Don Bote still want to play football? You are 36 years old.
Forget about the age.
We cannot forget about the age, Don. You are 36.
Yeah, 36. You doubt 36. Me, forget about the age. What you want me to come and do for you?
You still think you can perform at the highest level?
Why?
In Ghana?
Yeah. Not in Ghana, sir.
Anywhere?
Yeah.
You train?
Serious.
By yourself?
Always.
Why don't you want to join a club and train?
You see, that's what I'm saying. Them themselves, they don't believe themselves. The coaches don't believe themselves. They are not real coaches. They don't. You have to believe yourself that no, this guy can do it for me. If you believe me, I can do it. But so far as you just relax yourself. No, if I come safe, I won't get that spirit because you don't believe me.
So you think that if a Premier League team were to give you an opportunity to play, you would make an impact?
Ghana, yeah.
Yes.
I can play past all the current players.
That's
all the current players in Ghana Premier League.
That's a serious statement coming from somebody who hasn't played in almost a year.
You know something? I know myself. That's why I said, if you don't know me, you don't know me.
You see, as for a game, like when you get a chance, every blessed player will decide to score, and then to decide to catch the ball. So when you both decide together, then you miss the chance. I decide differently, and he also decided differently, and our decision was together. That's why he was able to catch the ball. So I think next time I'll raise my head and watch the goal post and put the ball.
You have 3 or 4 phones. What messages have you been receiving?
I haven't even read them because they keep on coming. They keep on coming. I think that I have to turn one of the phone off.
You haven't read any of them? Messages?
No, not at all. Not at all. Look, they still calling. They still calling. Phones are calling.
On a hilarious night like this, only one place to be with my puka. Sports Panorama, posted up inside the studios of 97.3 Citi FM. Benjamin and Ketia here. Big shout outs to all the listeners of the show. Big shout outs to the potential listeners of the show. There's no better place to be on a Friday night. I feel like we might as well just start Donkomi season because the Donkomis are just flying all over the place. Teams are doing things. You out there listening to the show can join us via text, WhatsApp, and Telegram. 0549 986 996 0549 986 996. Now, of course, Bell Beverages, proud sponsors of the show. Emphasis on Bell Puka. They say, Chale, if you know suck Puka before my guy, if you just go in the provision shop, if they pop, if they go on, the ginseng and herbs, that be what you need, Charlie. Herbal soft drink with ginseng and low sugar, dear. It be Bell Puka. Say, insist on Bell Puka for a proper African recharge. Don't say I didn't do anything good for you. Insist on Bell Puka for a proper African recharge. Yo, a proper African
recharge. Yeah, recharge Muhini.
Thank you. Another quality product for Bell Aqua and Bell Beverages. Follow Bell Beverages on Facebook for more information. Bell Puka, recharge the herbal way. Now this week, Ernest Nuama has earned his call-up to the Black Stars for the first time. We'll be going through the list ahead of that game against Madagascar. There's an FA Cup final this weekend. And I mean, still on the Premier League, Ayew, he has been released by Nottingham Forest along with Jesse Lingard, Jack Colback, and a couple of others. We'll be getting into that as well. Plus, there's also been a lot of talk about Benzema moving to Saudi Arabia. this offseason. We hear it is off.
Yeah, he said that he's staying one
Yeah,
more year.
yeah.
The last dance.
The last dance.
The last dance. Happened.
Interesting. So I mean, clearly the Saudi winds are blowing. Ronaldo said, and I laughed. He said that the Saudi Pro League could be one of the best leagues in the world in the next 5 years. I laughed. But the way they are moving right now, look, your favorite players might want to go.
No,
it's possible.
That's how you give your league some credibility. You start attracting top players.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually,
Other players want to join because of
if
them.
you look at the MLS right now, they've stopped that, we are going for old guys.
Yeah.
They are now going for the young guys in South America to act as a bridge to Europe. So where leagues like Portugal and the Netherlands and Belgium used to be, the MLS is now
Entering
put
those
themselves
places.
in the same zone. So
Well, that's what's going on. All that and more on the show. Like I said, it's a road show this weekend for the FA Cup. We are at Gazebo View inside Jowlu. We'll be telling you a lot more about that. But Rabbi, you know that in this weather, we cannot start the program just like that.
You was about. Shidambo, when the Swanima Swanama Swa, you was about. Okay, ya cho manche yele aba. No ba le woba. One double shin. Ako hani weda ebote wo Fijiami.
Fijiami.
Akapuka enye no awo. No meni oba nani bi no gbekene yo wa wo wale ka wote no nano. Wo wale no nano.
I receive it.
One nano kemi jele.
I receive it.
Wo balo ba yo anukwale. Beche. Anukwale so. Abo efie etwe. Beche na babu.
Beche.
Opemu edenche.
Beche.
Ghana mamu fe. Efie din beche. Ababo wotwe. So ba fe egbe ami. Chichi ba fe egbe ami.
Chichi.
Awo ya ba fe egbe ami. Ma fe egbe ami. Nketia ba nye egbe. Ghana bi fe malake program ne. Noji opemu efe.
Opemu.
Efia egbo. Hino kamo bi eyo. Wala keshi domomo bi eyo. Jomo no ye Yesu gba mi. Amen.
Amen. Powerful prayer. The rabbi has set the tone. Let's start off on the Black Stars note. Always a good place to begin. The squad is out. People are not happy that after watching a lot of league games, for the second time, Chris Hughton has not picked any local player for his side. I'll ask my people if that's worrying, if that's problematic. Dr. Randy Abe, he is an executive council member of the GFA. He says that the monitoring around the various league centers is not just to identify players for the Black Stars, but for the national teams in general, so across board. So it's not like he's specifically looking for talent to augment the Black Stars. That's the word. But let me go into the squad itself. Pretty straightforward squad ever since Chris Hughton was introduced. So for goalkeepers, you have Atizigi, Joseph Wallacott, and Abdulmanaf Nuruddin. For defenders, Dennis Odoi, Ali Duseidu returns to the team after close to a 3-month injury layoff. Gideon Mensah is in the mix. Patrick Bozo makes a return as well. Dani Amate is here. Joseph Edu is here. Alexander Jiku and Nicolas Opoku. So they complete the defense. In midfield, you have Thomas Partey, you have Kudus Mohammed, Majida Shimeru, Salis Abdul Samed, Edmond Ado, Joseph Painto, Osman Bukari, Kamaldin Sulema, and Enes Nyama, the debutant. In attack, there's Andrea Ayew, there's Jordan Ayew, there's Inaki Williams, and there's Kwesi Otrivright. I honestly was shocked when I saw his name. But if you've been hearing the name for a minute, it dates back to when Kwesi Appiah was Black Stars head coach. Kwesi Appiah invited him. TK Akono invited him. Avram Grant, I think, that's a while back. I mean, Milo didn't bring Otrivright into the mix, but after Milo left, Otrivright has found his way back into the national team. So there must be something he's doing that we don't see. So we'll try and find out on the show today what Otrivright has been doing. So let me start off with I don't know what that look means, but this squad has dropped. Your impressions when you saw the squad, which players' absence surprised you? Which players' inclusion surprised you?
I'm just, I'm wondering. I know Amate is very experienced, but he's not been the Leicester squad for a while. He's not playing. So you would think that people who are getting minutes in form would be preferred, And I'm also right. I think you saw my face when you were mentioning him. I think first of all, he plays in Bundesliga too. So if you are playing in Bundesliga too, the least you can do is be prolific. He scored 3 goals this season
in 26 games.
So I don't see the point of calling a player playing in Bundesliga too. Maybe
we always make the argument about different profiles.
Is it that he's? Let me go and look.
See, the thing is,
you know what? To be fair, I think that might be it because this guy's about 6'3", 6'4".
He's 6'2". He's 1.88 meters tall. He's 6'2". He's just an inch taller than Iñaki Williams.
I was just about to say that.
He's just an inch taller than Iñaki Williams. So that argument, it doesn't work. It doesn't hold. Honestly, you have to be like 6'5".
I'm assuming that that's the only reason because
that's what they're saying. That's what people are saying.
So Otrivite sticks out for you. In defense, I thought that Abdul Mumin would have gotten a shout
and that's what I'm saying.
Because he's been playing actually.
That's what I'm saying. I think Amate, at least based on the fact that he's not playing, if he finds a new club and he starts playing, yes, but as it stands, this Leicester team is horrible and you can't get into it.
You can't get ahead of Harry Souttar.
And the truth is, we are coming to play Madagascar. This AFCON, we've basically qualified. I don't see why we should be calling people who are not playing and just for the sake. I don't see the point. I think we've missed an opportunity to get certain names in there. And I could even extend that to Andre Ayew, to be honest, because Andre Ayew has not played much. We did a show today. We spoke about how his highlights at Nottingham Forest was missing a penalty. He's not in very good form. I get that he's captain, but considering that these last 2 qualifiers are probably some of our last few chances to see what some other people can do before the September window and then the AFCON in January, we need to be a bit more proactive. I think there might be, I think we'll play, there's October and November, but we'll be playing friendly. So I think we should start giving people a chance and see what they can do in competitive games. I think Enes Newman is a very great addition. He's in great form. He's one of the best players in Denmark. So that's great. But yeah, I'm not too, the older guys, I think some of them are there on reputation. I think we should be doing away with that. I don't think your reputation is enough if you are not playing.
Reputation not enough to play. Let me go to Pichichi. Hilton has dropped a squad. Your first takeaways.
Well, I think once again, Chris Hughton has played it safe, just as he did in his first call-up. I look at the team and the replacements or the changes are not that much. Alidu Seidu in for the injured Tariq Lamptey, straightforward swap there. You have Nicolas Opoku once again in the team, just as he was. I know if Mo Salisu was active or even fit, he would take that slot ahead of Nicolas Opoku. And Estuniama coming in for runs for the Eboa Koninsdorfer. That's also a very straightforward swap. We know how much Eboa convinced us when the Black Meteors played Algeria the last time out there. Everyone who watched that game in Kumasi saw the potential of the guy. And if you followed him for what he's done at Norgeland this season, 12 goals already in over 29 games, I think he's a superb player. And looking at his profile also, he fits in as a left winger, right winger, center forward. Almost when it comes to the front line, he can play any position for you as well. He's trickery, he has the pace. I think he's that player you need.
If you watch his videos, he's so good.
Exactly.
He can use both feet.
Somebody who is supposed to be a left-footed player.
Yeah, but he's quite exactly.
And he plays comfortably on both
wings.
Yeah,
so
I think
it doesn't matter where you put him.
Want him to score, definitely on the right, because I think his goals. I think most of his goals have come when he's played on the right.
Yeah, and recently I think they've awarded him as the spring player of the year for in Denmark as well. It tells you what he's all about there. Not just about his goals as well, but how he's able to make his teammates better.
And you know what excites me? We saw Kudus perform in that league. We've seen come out and perform. So we can see that there's a potential there for him to do well or not. So I think for once, Chris Hughton has done what many wanted him to do earlier. And I think that maybe the call-up may have delayed because of the Black Meteors Algeria game. So he had to let Enes go and play that one. And now that he's available to feature for him, we're going to see him. I hope that he gets to make his debut in this game so that many out there will get to see his potential as well. So it's a safe lineup there. Once, as I said earlier last time out, I want to see when all the players are fit. When there's runs for the there's Daniel Yeboah
No.
And that's Nuyama, you mean?
When everyone is fit for the Black Stars, maybe Baba Rahman is fit. When Kofi Tre, no, hold on. When Kofi Tre is fit, I want to see the kind of lineup Chris Hughton will make. No, my point is this: when everyone is available.
I mean,
when everyone is available,
you have a fair point.
Exactly. I want to see the sort of lineup he will make, or he will call when everyone is fit.
No, because this is
now he's been saved by the injury situation.
Because this is Ghana.
When I didn't see Baba Rahman, I was wondering why he was.
He's injured.
Yeah. When come an AFCON time,
when everyone is fit,
this will not be the squad.
Exactly. So I think for now it's once again a safe squad for him. When he released the squad, I didn't see any or too much worry or too much sort of argument around it, as previous coaches have always had. You know, before Chris Hughton, whenever there's a Black Star squad, it could take maybe 2 weeks for people to be okay. The banter, the arguments, and all that. But for Chris, I think everyone is quite okay on the low key. Yes, 1 or 2 players would have sorted this squad out. I think for, as coach said always, Abdul Mumin has done enough in the Spanish La Liga to merit another call-up.
I really don't get it.
Yeah, and once it's out,
I don't understand why that boy is
overlooked over and over and over.
And he's very different from most of the centre backs.
What is this?
Exactly.
He passes out of the back better than most of our centre backs.
For me, I want to believe Chris has a plan for him. So let me leave that one there. Now, my final point will be on the local players who are missing out on this one. Let me say this again. At the moment, no one in the Ghana Premier League is convincing enough to make this Black Star squad. I know arguments are being made for any Gold Stars attacker. That's Abednego Tete. But my goodness,
32 years.
He's 32 and he's just getting there. He's gone through.
Abednego Tete of House of Oak.
Yes, he's gone through a phase at House of Oak.
What I woke up? What he doing? Why woke up?
At House of Oak, it didn't really go well for him. At Beche United, it didn't go well for him. He's found his feet at BBNE, scoring now 16 goals in the Ghana Premier League. I think that anyone calling for his inclusion now should hold on to that thought. Hold on to that at all. Because he needs to prove his mettle. He needs to be consistent. We don't want to have that situation where we take local players to the national team. Maxwell Abekwe was there at the Black Stars level. We had this RTU boy.
It's just for window dressing.
Yeah, this RTU player was there. Abanga was in the Black Star setup some time ago. They don't get even 1 minute to play. So it's not just a matter of just calling them. Someone will say, oh, just call them and give them the exposure. Then no, we don't want it to be like, okay, you go there, just go and add to the numbers and come back. Others also feel that we need the local players in the Black Stars to help promote the league. Yeah. No, it is a wrong perspective. We can't use the Black Stars to promote our players and think that our league will be okay. We can invite all the top players in our league for the Black Stars, but once again, attendance will not increase. People will not want to watch the league because the basic errors in our league goes beyond just a Black Stars selections. The poor refereeing, poor pitches, poor scheduling are things that we need to address in our local league and not just call what we call superstars in our league. So for me, it's a good lineup. There's no qualms. I think this squad should be good enough to beat Madagascar, a team that we've already beaten already. I think a bigger test is ahead. For now, Chris Hughton, it's safe for him, so I don't have any qualms at the moment.
Well, for me, I think, yes, like my colleagues have said, there isn't much to be said about the call-ups. There isn't much controversy, except Kwesi Osho's selection. I mean, if you make the argument that he brings a different profile to the Black Stars, especially in the forward line, let him be a 6'5" guy. Let him be a 6'4" guy, like a Diego Llorente was for Spain, because the Spanish league had diminutive figures lining up in David Villa. And you need a guy who's more or less like an X factor to come in and bring you a different element or dimension to the game. But he's just an inch taller than Iñaki Williams. I don't see him offering much difference to what Iñaki Williams brings to the table. And I would have, for a guy like Ransford Yeboah, I think he didn't get selected because his team is engaged in the Bundesliga playoff spot. Hamburger and VfB Stuttgart. Yesterday, they played the first leg of 2 games. So on Monday, they'll play the second leg. And I honestly believe that's the reason why he wasn't called up. But I look at the squad.
The games are 20th June.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you want to give him some little bit of rest. He's had a very...
I don't think it's a good enough reason to exclude him.
I would have picked him ahead because that's what I'm thinking. Because at the end of the day, I don't see why you would pick Ocheright ahead of him, because he's a very decent guy, and I'm more comfortable seeing him in the Black Stars than Ocheright. But moving on, I'm not too pleased with Chris Hughton missing out on calling a guy like Patrick Pfeiffer, missing out on calling a guy like Abdul Mumin, because you look at our centre backs. I think our starting unit is pretty much set. Mohamed Salisu, Jiku. Yes, I have issues with Amate, but yeah, he performs okay when it comes to the Black Stars.
Thank you.
So yeah, you want to keep him, but beyond those guys, who are the guys who will step up in the backup unit? We haven't really settled on those people, and that's why I believe this was a missed opportunity by Chris Hughton. Abdul Mumin coming in would have been good. Playing him maybe 15-10 minutes against Madagascar, it would have been good. Patrick Pfeiffer played very well for Darmstadt, helped them qualify to the Bundesliga, and now he's been rewarded with a 4-year deal to Augsburg. So it clearly tells you that he is trending upwards, and this is a guy that I honestly believe is a modern day centre back, and he would fit in perfectly with our team. 6'5"
is as quick as a winger for somebody who's 6'5".
He's 6'5", and he can pass out from the back. So if you have all these options, why wouldn't and they are young too? Why wouldn't you bring them in and give them that start early enough so that in case we have an injury issue on our hands, then they can step in and get the job done. And on top of that, Mohamed Salisu, I would have wished he was given a call up and maybe given a little bit of a run out, because at the end of the day, his team has been relegated, and he's one of the top performers for Southampton. But we know this business. He was injured. He was reported injured for 2-3 months. The best thing you can do for him as a national team is to give him a call up. Let him have a little bit of a run out. Give the potential buyer that assurance that this guy has been able to overcome his injury issues. And once you do so, I mean, it will definitely attract the likes of a Tottenham Hotspur to go in for a guy like him and be comfortable going in for a guy like him. Because I honestly see Mohamed Salisu starting for Tottenham Hotspur if they go in for him. Because if you have Langley and Ben Davies as your left-footed centre-back option in a 3-man defense.
Langley is even on loan.
He's even on loan, yes. Mohamed Salisu will definitely start ahead of those guys. So aside these issues, I think it was a good call-up from Chris Hughton.
Coach, the call-ups have dropped. A few omissions, a few interesting new additions.
I'm not completely happy, to be honest with you.
Why?
Look, you see, we've not won the AFCON for over 40 years. And for me, if I'm the coach of the Black Stars, whatever I do today
should show some intent
in the future. Especially in the attacking department. I don't see any proper intent here.
Don't forget, Williams is on a goal drought for the national team.
That's what I'm saying. And in solving that problem, you have to forget about Andre Ayew. You have to forget about Jordan. He's not a natural goal scorer. He won't score goals. And in bringing in somebody to help solve the problem, Kwesi Ocheright. Right, you're right.
Right.
Right. It's a Dutch name, eh?
Yeah, he's German.
He's German.
Partly German, partly Ghanaian.
Yes. I'm not happy at all in that department. So it will now mean that the Joseph Pencil, the Osman Bukhari, the Kudus Muhammad will have to take up goal-scoring responsibility. This is the time against teams like Madagascar. We should be putting in players who we can begin to trust. Look, Dede Efometa. Look, when he was at his peak, he couldn't win us the AFCON. I don't expect him to go to Cote d'Ivoire and go and dazzle. No, he's been around for 16 years. Most people don't know this. He's been around for 16 good years. Almost 2 decades.
That's a lot of football on.
Look, he's dipped. And the decline is natural. He's gotten to that stage where Maza, Jomohi, no more anybody can be able to me. Leave it and let the small boys now take control. So I have a problem with our attacking. Especially those guys in there as proper number 9 or proper forward. I don't think we are showing good intent in that area. 2, no more amate me ametai. Unless you don't want to be truthful and honest. 4 me.
You think Houghton is choosing experience? You think he's not looking at what's happening in the EPL?
I've always been saying this. Experience only becomes an advantage if and only if the player form is good, he's playing regularly. That is where his experience will aid him to deal with the situation better. But when he's not playing, his form is bad. What is experience? When Gigi Buffon was still the number 1 of Italy, he was the number 1 for Juventus. He was playing week in, week out with all those years of experience. So when he stepped into the goalpost of the Italian national team, the difference was clear. I don't understand why Abdul Momin would not be given a look into this thing. In fact, look, he should be the defender we should be looking at rather than the boy formerly of Bochum Chelsea.
Nicolas Opoko.
Yes! Yep. If anything at all,
he's younger,
we should be looking at Abdul Momin.
He's a ball
not Nicolas Opoko. He's a better defender than Nicolas Opoko. He passes the ball better. He anticipates better. He's got good speed. He's good in the air. What again? He is playing in the Spanish La Liga.
Yep.
For heaven's sake. How can you be looking down upon such a player? Chris Houghton, you should be careful.
This is the first one.
No, he should be told. When he sat at the press conference, are we going to win the cup? He says that, what is that? We've not won this thing for, how much money is he even taking? We need to know. Up to now, we don't know those details.
That's actually criminal. That's criminal.
True.
Up to now, we don't know this.
Remember, it will be communicated in due time.
And we are still waiting in due time.
Don't worry, there will be another national team presser who will be there.
You see, you don't do these things if you respect the people of this country. You don't do things like that. He must be told. If he's not been told, I'm using this distinguished platform to tell him, we are not here to joke. We are not going to Cote d'Ivoire to be added to the numbers. We are going there to make an impact. After all, we were part of the teams of Africa that went to the recent World Cup. So there must be that progress from the World Cup. You were there. You were part of the technical team. You took the $100,000 appearance fee. You took part. So everything should be pointing to what? We being thinking holistic and showing a proper intent that we are going to Cote d'Ivoire to do something. Minamate, ewale bashing. Dede, ewale tan. Fueje, they've lost about 6 to 7 yards of genuine pace. To the Nottingham Forest, eke numo yakweje obeche bole mobo yakweje dinkepo echie. So what we are saying is this: we need to be showing proper intent. This boy, the one who you mentioned, that centre back who has qualified FIFA. You see, these are the people we should be calling to the team now.
No, look,
many of you are there.
This is not. I don't even know Patrick Pfeiffer. You should
Look,
just
I
just
watched.
see
Oh
him
no more.
play.
Look, I watched him. I've put. Look, if you go to YouTube, you see his video clips. When you look at what is this guy Ghanaian? Look at his height. Look at his physique.
Very dominant in the
He's
air.
always on his toes. On his toes. On the mask.
For somebody who is 6'5", he's very quick.
Very, very quick.
Very quick, really dominant in the air.
Yeah, well, I'm not telling you the World Cup. I mean, check can be one. I tell him, can be.
Don't do that.
That's true. Didn't you see it?
Against you guys.
It's a hoover.
Don't do this.
I'm a panic. You see, look, Chris Houghton, we love him. We want him to succeed. But when you are bringing out lists to the Black Stars and we are seeing players who are not playing, so players who are not playing.
That's my point. Because
players who are not playing.
Basically, from January, Amate has barely played.
What is he doing in the team?
He's been frozen out.
You see, we shouldn't.
And like I said, look at what Leicester are doing. And Amate can't get a game. Is that defense solid? And he can't get a game. It's actually damning.
It is absolutely damning. So for me, look, I've looked at the list. The only place where I can say I'm a bit satisfied is the goalkeeping department. That is what we've got.
We spoke about Edmond Addo. You said you were not too happy with him.
Actually,
based on his previous performance.
No, but from the performance you watch, Edmond Addo, should he be in this team?
Maybe the coach wants to give him one final chance.
Black Stars, we don't do that at the Black Stars level. Oh.
You mean if you come and you don't
perform, cut it, you out. He's been given so many opportunities.
True.
Look, we saw that in 15 minutes. What Ashimero did. If you combine both legs, the first leg and the second leg, we played against Angola. Edmond Ado, he played combined over 100 and something minutes. Many what they feel. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That is our most powerful department. We need players who will liberate, midfielders who can be able to pass the ball. We saw that in Joseph Pencil, in Kudus, in Osman Bukari. If you can pass the ball right to them, correct weight into space, they've got genuine pace to outrun any fullback in the world and create. These are goal-scoring wingers. So first and foremost, technically, we need midfielders who can pass the ball to them in space. Edmond Ado ball he can't even control and pass. Black Stars player, you can't control and pass. Look, we need to be serious here. We need to be. I'm saying that we are going to Côte d'Ivoire. I hear they are building a stadium of 100,000 capacity.
They are serious.
Yeah, they're serious about the tournament. They are going to host it in grand style.
They haven't had the chance in a minute, so they want to do it.
It was theirs. It was taken away from them. They want everybody to remember this as a landmark tournament. So we should be going there. No, it is just a borderline.
Just next door.
So when we say the Black Stars is playing, that is our home from home.
Thank you.
So we'll be there in our numbers.
Thank you.
And we don't want any type of Black Stars to go and show up there. Chris, you should be told, we are not going to Cameroon. It's just nearby here. So show intent.
And every time we go to an AFCON, we expect to win it.
Of course, we don't expect to go and do well.
No.
Even when we're told to go and do well, we ended up jubilating over silver. Avant-garde, where can it be?
That's cars and things.
Yeah. Can you imagine celebrating mediocrity? Yeah, it's gold. Yeah, it's silver. You are celebrating silver. When somebody has taken the gold.
Somebody threw his silver medal into the crowd after he won a Europa League.
It means nothing. He will never be remembered for winning silver.
Yep.
Who will remember if you win silver?
Nobody. Absolutely
nobody. So please, like I'm saying, I'm not entirely happy. I think there are problems with the striking department. Defensively, I think we could have called in players for the future, players who will go to the tournament in Côte d'Ivoire and make a genuine claim for themselves. And we are not doing that. That is a problem to me, and we need to fix that. So look, it is against Madagascar.
Yep.
But that cannot be the standard.
Madagascar have a very good ball playing team.
That cannot be the standard. I'm not happy about the team, to be honest with you.
We'll talk about Andre Ayew in a bit because he, like I said, has been released by Forest. We'll be discussing his season with Forest. Where are his possible London spots? This one here. I don't know what's going on. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me read my messages coming through. Let me go to my message box there.
Don't Perry behave.
DJ Far from Boche says, this is why we love coach. What is Dede and his brother doing in this team? Charlie Jordan, don't touch Jordan.
The thing is, a lot of people have a lot of problem with Dede and Jordan. But the thing is, we've said this several times and consistently, they've turned a blind eye to us.
I think Jordan, at least from the kind of strikers in this team, Jordan deserves to be in this team.
And consistently,
if you are calling Kwesi what you revise there,
exactly. So
we're not being serious. We're not being serious.
I can't believe that Edmund Ado gets into this team and Schlupp still can't make it into this team.
You see, some of these things is clearly personal and outside football. Some of these, and I feel like it's only fair they tell us that some of these things, maybe we have a disagreement on how he wants to be used, how he wants to play. So we just deserve to know that, okay, there's a disagreement. We don't need to even know the details, but at least tell us that it is not football.
So don't look forward to this guy coming.
Yeah, exactly. I think we should, some of these things should clear the air.
A quick one on that. I think I've said this and I'll say this again, that it will be difficult for every Black Stars coach or any Black Stars coach to look at a player in the English Premier League and overlook him in any
bench player.
Even when he's on the bench, coach, we need to accept this.
That coach must be fired immediately.
Aside Schlupp, which we all know why Schlupp is out of the team, the other 8 Ghanaian players, if not for injury, as we sit here, no coach of the Black Stars can look at a player in the English Premier League and overlook them. The EPL is the highest league.
A player who is sitting on the bench.
Once you are there, the standards are higher.
Even when you're not playing.
Even when you're not, see, the standards are higher. When you look at how the top European nations call their players, they always start with those in their top leagues. I always say this, that if you play in the English Premier League,
you see, but sitting on the bench isn't playing in the English Premier League.
When we compare, when we compare Amate to FIFA is in the what division?
Bundesliga 2. He's come to the Bundesliga now.
So obviously, understand that the standards there does not match the English Premier League standard. Amate on the bench for Leicester.
He sits on the bench.
This is I think we're talking about statistics. I think he was one of the best passes. Amate was one of the best passes.
Yeah. The sort of passes Amate makes, I can make when I'm sleeping.
One person at a time.
He still has that record. He's one of the best passers of the league.
No, you're right.
Exactly, it's a fact. And I keep saying this, that if you are playing in the English Premier League and you don't have any issue with the GFA, it will be very difficult for coaches to overlook you.
But he's not playing.
Because the standards of the Premier League and the German Division 2 are quite... I'm sure if Amate moves to the German Division 2, for the likes of Hamburg, Darmstadt, he will play week in, week out there.
He's on the depot.
So when he's at Leicester, he's on the bench. It makes a good point that he will sit on the bench and coach will still invite him for the national team.
The point well made.
Okay, but you see, Pichichi, you see, if you said play, I can agree with play. Jordan, of course. If you say Jordan has played 38 games, so he should come. He has played every game.
Every game.
You can see that at least he's valued by the coach. Amate, they went to buy Harry Suter from Stoke. Stoke in the championship.
Let him land.
Let me land.
Oh, you've landed already. What again?
Hold on. Let me give him 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Good. If you're let me compare this to maybe education system where I'm at a university and I'm learning there.
No sha.
And you are at the primary department and you are having a good statistics there, first, second, third, and all that. You can't tell me that because you're having a good records there, you are better than me at the university level.
Let me answer.
The person he's talking about at the university level.
It's okay, you're 10 seconds.
His GPA is 0.5.
Then you are saying it is better you don't even go to the university. You don't even get a pass certificate.
But the truth is,
Amate's at the higher level.
The truth is,
Amate's form is bad, and
it's very bad,
and it's reflected when he's come to the national team. It's not like it's not reflected. We saw him at the World.
But no, are you sure if Amate moves to the German Bundesliga 2, he will be on the bench for any of the teams?
He moved to the Bundesliga 1. He's been signed by Bundesliga team.
He's not coming. He's not coming. No, but Amate's level, he will play for any Bundesliga 2 team.
Amate is 23 years.
But how old is Amate?
But Amate is no longer a Premier League player because Leicester.
He's relegated.
He could even start for Leicester and Leicester be relegated. He's no longer a Premier League
player.
The point is, if you are having, if you want to rank them, don't use the same standards for them because
we have to. He's a championship
one is at the higher level than the other.
He's a champion.
Let me just move this discussion forward. Let
1 second.
He's a championship player.
Just give me 1 second.
Quick one.
In 1 second.
Quick one.
In 1 second. Me, everybody knows where I stand. Anybody who plays in the top 5 European leagues automatically gets into the. I say play. I didn't say sit on the bench. I didn't say somebody who sits on the bench. Amate, his passing, you say what?
One of the best passes in the league.
I can give all those passes when I'm sleeping.
Back passes.
Back passes. We watch him here. We do that passes. Square passes. He never goes forward. Anytime he goes forward, he gives the ball away. And on 1v1, have you seen him thrive? No, look. And look, the Amate we saw some 5-6 years ago. It's not the Amate we are looking. And this national team, it is not about what you have done.
And what I find crazy is that I think that in the Black Stars, the centre-back slot is the most competitive slot we have.
Yes,
but we are not making use of it.
Exactly.
We keep playing the same.
Why should Amate be in the team and Abdul Mumin not be in this team? Why? So, okay, forget about the Fafa, but Abdul Mumin plays in the Spanish La Liga.
And he's playing.
Amate is warming the bench regularly at Leicester.
Coach,
relegated
team. And he's a championship player.
The point is that at the highest level, he's on the bench. Move Amate to where the other guys are. He'll play week in, week out. That's my point.
If Amate goes to Spain, he will sit on the bench.
That's a very interesting argument in the studio. Let me read a few messages that are coming through. Let's see if we can get to. We'll talk about that Andrea Ayew issue in a bit. This one here says it doesn't matter what happens tomorrow. Man City can play £10 billion of ball possession. They will still not win the trophy. In fact, you will see triple Mourinho in Ten Hag. I promise. Are you saying Ten Hag's about to park the bus? Aze from Sakomono Village says, good evening, Papa Kojo. When Blacko said this season is a very dark one, he was referring to Chelsea. Charlie. Don't do this. Don't do this. This one here says, good evening, City Sports. Tell Numo to send my greetings to the name Kum, game changer for me. From Charlie, big shout outs or a happy belated birthday to FA President Keto Kreku. Coach is very good. I saw Coach wish him a happy birthday. And then
They didn't invite me. But I gave him a better birthday present this afternoon. It was a solid present.
This one here says Daniel Amate is washed a bit, but he's actually an underrated elite passer. Top 5 passers in the EPL.
Square passes,
bro. Look,
he still has another record.
No, listen to me.
The ball he passes around.
I just want to tell you, in 2023, he's played 8 matches in all competitions for Leicester. 2023. So from the moment they
married to,
and I honestly don't need. I honestly don't need my centre back to be an elite passer. So for me, I think it's neither here nor there. Let me read a few more messages coming through. This one here from our guy. Assorted waist beats Esquire. From Ayew. What you put in there?
Assorted. When were you called? When you called to the bar?
He says, with this kind of selection, nothing is going to improve with the Black Stars. Amate and Ayew. Okay. This one here also coming through says that I'm not a Man United fan. In fact, I dislike them to the core. But I can confidently say United have had a better season than Arsenal. Way better. Shout outs to all students of Lakeside University College, especially the business faculty. Farouk, headliner. Farouk, you'd like talk other teams, the Mamata too much. Every day, your team spends 600 million, couldn't finish in the top 10. Every day you are obsessed with somebody else's matter. Interesting. Big shout out to Farouk though. Amate plays in the English Premier bench. Simple.
That's all.
Belly man with that one. This one here says, guys, I just don't get what Pichichi is talking about. Kindly tell him to return any cake. No. That's a low blow. I think Pichichi.
I don't even know Amat. I've not met him anywhere.
I think Pichichi is making solid arguments based on his convictions. Let's keep it at that. Emmanuel Niawule from United States of Kisama says, into coach Nimli Kra mini dede are you a fable? I don't think
he's been around for 16 good years.
I think coach has always been very objective.
Look, let's put this in perspective. At the time when Messi was coming through, Samuel Eto'o was a top-notch player. But Pep Guardiola saw the future and saw what he had in his hand. And so that I have this talented, precocious player, but I can turn him into the greatest player of all time. Arguably, yes, you have the debates for Cristiano Ronaldo being the greatest of all time. And if I'm going to make him the greatest of all time, to unleash his full set of skill, I need to move him from the wing position and play him as a false 9. And if I'm playing him as a false 9, why do I put Eto'o? Eto'o is clearly not the future. This guy is the future.
So he sold Eto'o.
So what happened?
He bought David Villa, who started from the Messi.
Even Ronaldinho, he said that Ronaldinho's attitude and the way he was behaving, he lead Messi astray. So he had to go.
You get a bad influence.
Ronaldinho at that time was one of the best players. But he said he made a decision.
It's not that there is an agenda against the Ayew. The point is, you have an Esnyoma coming through. A guy who is so direct, who is so pacey, who is so skillful. You can unleash him and get a Mohamed Salah. But because of the presence of Dede, because of the presence of Jordan, how are you going to unleash this boy's skill set? How are you going to achieve that? Cristiano Ronaldo at the time he was breaking through Man United. Ruud van Nistelrooy was on top of his game.
Ferguson sold him. Come on.
Ruud van Nistelrooy moved to the La Liga. He played for Real Madrid. That season, he won the top goal scorer award.
Yep.
They won the league, I think, was it back to back?
Exactly. But he had to move him on. He had to move off him because he saw that this guy, Ruud van Nistelrooy, is an elite player. But can Ruud van Nistelrooy get me the Champions League? No. But this guy can definitely get me the Champions League. Until date, has any player from the EPL won the FIFA Best Player Award? No. except Cristiano Ronaldo. So you have to look at the future.
So somebody must move for somebody to come.
Exactly. Oh, Chibe. The day you in Jordan, Jordan, Ghana, no.
They are. For Jordan, hold on. For Jordan, hold on. He just found his mojo on that Roy Hodgson.
He has to bring. See, the way
for Jordan, hold on.
Jordan has to bring Hodgson with him to the national team because
he
was
the way we try to push some of our players out. We need to hold on.
Maybe Jordan is not a starter.
Nobody's pushing.
He actually has a
he has a
little
role
bit
to play.
He has a role.
Jordan, you see, the way he plays for the Black Stars, he's not ready to change and play for the team. Ballers, there are times where simple ball pass, he won't pass. When he's in the team, nobody controls him. No player tells him what to. He does what he wants to do. We watch the game all the time. Look, when we went to Angola, tell me that if it was Jordan playing that 2v1 pass with Joseph Fencer, he would have released that ball. Tell me, the ball that Inaki Williams just touched one time.
Yeah.
Come on,
probably would have taken an extra touch.
Oh, no more.
The one thing I'll say about Jordan is at least you can see some value. For me right now, it's getting harder and harder to see Andre's value. That's the difference for me. Because I can at least say that, okay, I can look at
Jordan can hold
the ball,
he can
dribble, win free. I can at least see that.
Define his play for Jordan. If you want to lead that, go there and lead it. But the next moment you are here, no go
right wing, left wing, number 10.
No go bar, number 10. No go bar. No, winning.
But guys, I mean, that just brings
and
us
it's not a slight to Andre, but
no.
everyone,
Look, the time is up.
Yeah, I just find
even the great Cristiano Ronaldo has started declining.
And that's my thing. Because if he had gone to Nottingham, for instance, you had seen him coming off the bench to score goals, make an impact. You can see, okay, at the highest level, he still has it. We are going to go to an AFCON where all these other teams have star players playing in top 5 leagues. We are going to face Ivory Coast, Sebastian Haller is in attack. You look at
they have Ibrahim Sangare.
They look at Cameroon. Even Abubakar, he's not playing a top league. But we saw him at the World Cup. We saw him at the last AFCON. He's a top player. Top. If Andre can make an impact for Nottingham Forest, even just a little small impact.
Can he make any impact against Morocco? Against Nigeria? Against Senegal? Against
Nigeria have Mofi, who plays for Lorient. He scored like 13 goals. They have Osimhen. He scored like 20-something goals. They have Awoni. He scored. Awoni doesn't even get call-ups anymore. So these are the type of... We are competing against teams who have players at top level playing. So every player, we should be able to see something he can do. I can say, okay, Jordan, second most take-ons in the league this season. Most fouls drawn. You can see that, okay, he can
There's some value.
There's some value.
I'm at the best passer. One of the best
passes, back passes. I mean, he makes a point about Amate. I would agree if he was playing. You see, so we can't have a passenger. We can't be a slave to sentimentality and emotions.
I like that. We can't be a slave to sentimentality.
Yeah, look, my last point. You remember when the day Ayew moved to Nottingham Forest in Gita? You remember that program we did?
Yeah.
I sat here and I said it was a wrong move. People came for me. Some of them called me directly. Took my neck. Just say, I told them.
People wanted to drag you.
I don't get it. Look, those who know me, they know. You dare not argue with me over Andre. Those days, Moleji number 1. She be sure. Be she. Be bashe. It's the same 3 things. Be bashe, be sure, be leshe. It's the same thing, but have 3 different meanings. At every time one of them is in play. The one that is in play now for Andre is that this time is up.
So you think after that benching episode,
if we can,
it should have been facing out?
Why is Asamajan
faced out?
I think in this modern era, the most influential, the best striker I have seen for the Black Stars is Asamajan. Why is he not in the team?
Past his prime.
And I'm saying that this is a player who's been around for 16 years. If you know the day Ayew, look at him now. He's put on weight. His speed is gone. His confidence is gone. He cannot... What is it? Clapping of hands, I can clap even when I'm sleepy.
You're being unfair.
No, let's be honest. You see, at times the truth pains. But when you say it, it is for the betterment of our team.
Look, he had his chance.
He's had his chance for 16 years.
Awoni got injured. Chris Wood got injured. and he got his chance. He didn't impress. So he got to a point.
Do you
Morgan
think
Gibbs
if
White.
Nottingham Forest had depended on Andre, they would have.
And you know what's actually,
Morgan Gibbs White at a point in time led the line.
You know what actually crazy? Steve Cooper really loves Andre Ayew because,
Yes!
like I said, Andre Ayew has given Steve Cooper basically his best individual goal scoring run as a coach.
And that's why I honestly believe he ended up at Nottingham Forest in the first place.
Yes.
You hear this line all the time. Yes, you hear this line. Oh, Akachi was solid. Honestly, I believe that the reason why Andre Ayew ended up at Nottingham Forest was Steve Cooper cutting Andre Ayew a solid.
I think he actually thought Andre could make an impact. I think he genuinely believed it.
He's left him.
But he gave
Well,
me a chance.
guys, now let's talk about possible London sport. What's next for him in his career? Really?
He should go back to the golf.
Go back to the golf.
Because
You
I
believe that?
don't see him thriving in France. Don't forget, he went to Turkey. He couldn't cut it there.
He dared to come to England.
We've seen the outcome, isn't it? He cannot flourish in any of the top leagues. He was doing marvelously well in the golf. Go back.
I think he should just go somewhere where he can play and make an impact.
That's all. And he found the time and said, look, with the Black Stars, I think it's okay.
I don't want to.
No.
I don't really know where that is.
The MLS has become really.
I don't think he can even cut it in there.
No, the MLS has become very physical. It's about like you was saying. Now they are buying younger players now.
Yes.
Andrea, you
golfer, Katak, Saudi, German, he may, Cristiano Ronaldo, man, Abba boy, he may.
don't do this. Don't do this.
Maybe League Deux.
They're talking about Ronaldo.
Maybe League Deux. Back to France. It's possible.
That league? I don't see him surviving in
I say two, no,
but
two,
League
but
Deux
he's very physical. The second,
League Deux is very fit. I think
he should go back to the goal.
I think two places. First of all, I think he would do well in Portugal. I think the Portuguese league is
a bit spread out. Their defenses are a bit spread out.
And you see, they like their flamboyance, so it's not as physical. He could possibly play out there. The golf is definitely somewhere I think he should go. A lot more players are gravitating towards the golf, and then, I mean, we'll see how it plays out. But listeners, let me know where you think Andre Ayew's next London spot should be.
when it comes to the Black Stars, I mean, look, his advisors, he's been around for 16 years. Advise him that if he doesn't take care, the sort of thing that he should encourage the young ones to come. Because when the man is benched, we all saw what happened in Kumasi when he was benched. We all saw it. He was not happy with it, and we don't need that around our team.
We'll talk about some transfers in a bit. We'll talk about Karim Benzema as well. Man, 400 million euros. Karim Benzema says, hold on. Let me do, he's done 14 years at Real Madrid?
Second highest top scorer. He's achieved a lot. I think
What does he want to do? Break their scoring record?
No, he probably can't. I think where Ronaldo
The gap is too huge.
I think there's a bigger. I think if he wins 2 more trophies, he'll be the most decorated player to ever play for Real Madrid. I think that might be a goal. So if they win, even if they win Spanish Super
Because
Cup,
of that, the 400 million should go.
I mean,
I feel like
I think the 400 million will be there next year.
There's nothing to prove.
He thinks it will be there next
No,
year.
but
There's
there's
nothing to
no,
prove.
but coach, the 400 million will be there next year.
They will be there. It will be there.
I think at least for him, the 400 million, because he's going to probably have a decent season in the Champions League. He's declining, but I think he can still impact. He'll play
Next season,
show himself a little bit.
Next season will be very interesting because Messi will be playing in a different team. It looks like Andre will be playing a different. A lot of
I
big
think
players.
maybe Benzema too. I think there is that Champions League record to chase. I think he wants to get over 100 goals. I think he wants to get over 100 goals in the Champions League. Once he gets that, he hits that mark. Yeah, he will be satisfied.
I don't think Real Madrid have properly replaced him yet. So
in fact, I think that is the reason why
he's not moving on.
They have spoken to him.
Because I picked up, he said
he would have left.
He says Madrid needs him. So he will do 1 more season,
then
he's done.
Then he will transition and leave
15 years.
And he will leave it
because
then.
he needs about 100 goals to overtake Cristiano. So that's about 3 seasons.
Yeah,
It's
that's
happening.
not happening.
And once he moves out of the way, then Erling Haaland and Kylian Mbappe can come and take over.
Hey, Charlie. Let me read a few more messages and then we'll talk about some FA Cup action as well. This one says, Caleb from Barry says, okay, finally, Ayew brothers. Ayew brothers own the team, but why? I love Kamaldeen, but the fact that he scored his first 2 goals against Liverpool encapsulates our season. Felix from Dodoa. This one says, Alex from Teshi Bushwood. Totally agree with coach. the day and Amate should pack their Black Stars bus. Even it says even if Amate goes to China, he will not start. Hey, Charlie, Senior Man Pam. The Chinese league is actually pretty competitive. Just in case you didn't know, Senior Man Pam says, "Happy belated to my birthday to my girlfriend Lauren James. Wishing her a successful season in the coming season." Ah, is it Rhys James' sister? Charlie, but boys do they respect anything? Oh, Charlie, you are just moving on like I didn't see it. Raymond from Teshi says, "Good evening, squad. Coach, prediction for tomorrow's game will be back next season." Edie from Tema Community 1 or Community 1 side 10, yeah, says, "In fact, no local player deserves a call up to the team. Big ups to Luton Town for qualifying to the EPL from the National League in the space of 9 years. They make a chop bet." Wow. Isco from Tema Community 5 says, "Tomorrow, Ten Hag will feel dazed by Haaland and Co." This one says, "Me, this 5th anniversary t-shirt, they enter my eyes. City FM, do the needful. Coach, what is the chemical equation for this weather?" Low key from Kaswa. This is your name, there. Wow. Low key from Kaswa. Coach, they say, what is the code for this weather?
No more. They should just go and get a chilled puka.
Oh, Charlie. Recharge.
See, when the puka is chilled and it touches
the throat,
your throat, on any also fago say you.
Oh, Charlie.
Get silly. Ona kele wole ne chili.
Hey.
Ona, you see some of the kele when you chew it sound gro.
The crunchy ones.
The crunchy ones.
Charlie, thank you.
With the ginger properly adorned in it. When you chew and you add the puka.
Thank you.
Oh, no more. Like if you listen to the prayer, I said something.
Oh, Charlie.
The good Lord should bless those of us who are going to Tiaso.
Oh, Charlie, thank you very much, my brother. Coach has given you the code already. More messages coming through. This one is from Charles from Tema. There's this joke about the English Premier League being the strongest must stop. If this was true, don't you think England would have won the World Cup at least once in the last 2 decades? I think that is a very different. I think that is a very different argument. The Premier League is made up of players from
in
different
fact,
nationalities.
that's one of the things. You see, this England thing. If you look at the minutes played or by players in Europe's top 5 leagues, it's Spain, Italy, Germany, and France.
Imagine.
First, they are all in Europe's top 5 leagues. Before, because apart from the English Premier League, how many English players do you see playing in Europe's top 5 leagues? They don't travel.
Nope.
But you see Spanish players everywhere. You see Italian players everywhere. You see French players everywhere. That's the difference, really.
English players barely leave their comfort zone.
Players, German players, you see them moving. That's the difference.
This one here says, Man United is winning the FA Cup tomorrow and they need this player to challenge for the title. Benjamin Sesko or Dusan Vlahovic, James Maddison or Alexis McAllister, Joao Palhinha or Frankie de Jong, Benjamin Pavard or Jeremy Frimpong. And the guy has done his first choice and second choice for every position. He says, what do you think? Ten Hag should take away Scrappy-Doo and Scooby-Doo in the team. Charlie, no. Hold on a second. Who be the Scrappy-Doo?
Scrappy-Doo go be
Sandro.
No. Tyrell Malacia.
He's a better player. He's a solid left back.
Scrappy-Doo has to be someone short.
No, but he's.
It can be Luke Shaw too.
I guess
Malacia has been decent.
I think Fred and McTominay might be the target of this.
No, you are right. Actually, that's why he's put them together. I think
the likes of Harry Maguire, Lawrence from Koforidua. Okay, this one says, this one Pappy McFadden from Community 25 says, you all should expect the day are you signing for Arsenal next season. But I'm sure how coach is writing Amate on the bench in the EPL is better than any player playing in other leagues. Good evening. Somebody shares Pichichi's opinion. The coach say they wanted to choke him. Safu, behave yourself wherever you are. Nitojo from Tema Newtown. His Black Stars technical team should open up the players' net and create more competition. Okay. I say Charlie Suzu Graham gets sense rough. His analysis is so spot on. Commonsensical, very technical, etc. etc. 100% of the time. Love the guy. Charlie,
I love you too.
Charlie, you collect the fans' power. This one here says United have offered Chelsea 50 plus Harry Maguire in exchange for Mount. Chelsea responded by giving United 50 million and Honorable Gallagher to keep Harry Maguire and never contact them again. Charlie, why are you doing it? But guys, this thing shocked me this week. Mason Mount to your United coach. Just comment on this briefly. How do you feel about this? It looks like no. It's actually gathering serious momentum.
Small screen.
You are living in denial.
Yeah, the fact is, Ten Hag wants Mason Mount.
Yeah.
And
he always to cry.
And you see, if you look at the business that Man United will be doing this season, clearly a minimum of 5 to 6 players will come in. There will be 2 strikers, one established, one who's still going to learn the trade. There will be a centre back. There will be 2 midfielders. Those are the players. And even I think there'll be a goalkeeper in addition to that. So there are players that the coach wants. In midfield, he wants a player to help Casemiro do the dirty work in midfield. And then he needs somebody who can also press from the front in that number 10 or number 8 role. And that cannot be done by Eriksen, clearly. That is why I'm beginning to lean towards the Mason Mount approach.
Hold on. For a lot of people who don't understand Mason's game, just bring us in on who he is. He and number 8 and number 10 and number 6. What does he add to United in their current state?
I think he's a combination of a number 10 and number 8, but he's better off as a number 8. Because what he does, you may not identify if you don't have a technical. You remember, because of him, when Chelsea was going to buy Kai Havertz, remember I told you that Chelsea don't need Kai Havertz because of Mason Mount. Mason Mount is not the flamboyant sort of technically gifted player. But what he does is basics. He presses the ball well. He passes the ball well. He's technically very good. Long passes, short pass. He can strike the ball from distance. Don't forget, he's won the best player of Chelsea twice in a row when he was on form. And if you look at those
Lampard's Mason Mount.
Exactly. If you look at those he's playing with, for me, right now, what Ten Hag has done, I will back him. If he says, bring me Benjamin Ketia, I will support him.
Thank you, my
I
brother.
know what you are capable of doing.
Charlie, no more.
In Lebanon, if you're
Lasimi Cristiano.
You understand?
360 and step over.
With ease.
Thank you.
With ease. Cheeky ease. So look, you may not understand, but look, I think if United can get him at 24 years, don't forget, he's just 10-24.
Aren't they overpaying for him? Apparently, the fee is in the range of 60 million.
Chelsea are demanding somewhere around 70
million.
Yep. For someone who has got
1
just
year.
a year. If they don't take the 50 million,
It's called the English premium.
if they don't take the 50 million, the ball will run down his contract. It will come for free.
You pay a premium for English players.
That's what I'm saying. So
that's
maximum 50 million at this age, 24, 1 year left on his contract. 50 million. We have offered them Harry Maguire. They've got problem at the back. In Krododistic, Koulibaly and co. They need to give way. Maguire will step in there and solve a problem for them.
Listen, I want to know, United fans, tweet at me at Kojum Ketia on Twitter. Do you want Mason Mount in your team? You can send in messages also, 0549-986-996. So get to me on Twitter.
For me, my point is this. If Eric Ten Hag wants Mount, I want him.
Why would you want a Mason Mount when you had the chance to use that amount of money, add a little bit of extra cash, and get a Caicedo?
No, but he's not coming in for Caicedo.
No. You said two
I'm saying two midfielders.
I'll take a Caicedo and I'll go in for a Tyler Adams.
Who is a Tyler Adams?
Yes, from Leeds United. He will get the job done without the flamboyancy.
Forget about Tyler Adams.
He will get the job done without the flamboyancy.
I think if he's coming in, he's a backup at best.
At the end of the day, what you need to do is to limit the minutes of Christian Eriksen. At the end of the day, what you need to do...
And Mason Mount guarantees that.
What you need to do is to give a guy like Bruno Fernandes enough protection at the back. When he keeps on losing the ball by passing out, by making long passes, attempting
you will not be
very long passes.
Casemiro and Moise Caicedo against every opposition in the league. The opposition where you have to play dominant.
You have to mix it up.
And that's why you need Tyler
Adams. You are
Adams.
playing, that's why you need Mason Mount. Tyler Adams.
United fans, let me know what you think.
Look, for me, it's about Eric Ten Hag. Once he says...
He wants Mount.
Look at the work he's done. Look, he bought Malacia. Excellent.
Has Malacia been excellent? I think he's been decent.
Up until the Sevilla game, he was excellent for the season.
He's a young chap. He will get better.
Okay.
He's brought the best out of Luke Shaw. Because remember when Luke Shaw misbehaved in the first game, Malacia, his first game was against Arsenal, when they had gone unbeaten He stood in that game against Liverpool. You remember? Yeah. Tackle, no more. Tackle.
Let me see if I can get more interesting. But that's the, I mean, look, it looks like there's about to also be a bidding war. We might have to start Donkomi earlier this time around because look, looks like there's about to be a bidding war for both Caicedo and Declan Rice. It's from teams in Germany.
That's all right. The Bayern Munich, if they cannot get Kimmich to stay, they should forget about Declan Rice. This English boy, they will not leave. It's not when an English team is showing them good money. As for Rice and Caicedo, one of them will go to Arsenal, one of them will come to United.
No, Newcastle, one of them will go to Newcastle. Well, they have more money than Man United and Arsenal. They have more money than Man United. That's the truth.
But would the player want to play?
It's about the player wanting to play there.
They are playing in the Champions League next season.
So is United and Arsenal.
There's an English manager at the helm of Newcastle.
Oh, wow.
And on top of that, Newcastle isn't just some, in quote, scrub. Newcastle is a team that has a lot of history.
They are not of the level at the level of United and Arsenal. What should they even become top 4 again?
The thing is, United, even with United, there's a huge question mark on their transfers.
Which question mark?
There's a huge question mark.
Take over?
Would it be successful? Because if it's not successful, they wouldn't be able to attract these players for high wages.
At the end of the day,
wouldn't be able to do.
At the end of the day, it's been the Glazers and we've spent cash.
And there's still cash.
There's still cash.
After the
Attorney is guaranteeing cash. After the Glazer, there will be cash. Multiples of what? Cash.
Thank you, my brother. Let me read more messages and then we'll get into the FA Cup final, which will happen tomorrow at Gazebo View in Jolu. You can join us from wherever you are. Should be Gazebo. Gazebo. Should be nice. David from Kaswa says, any injury updates ahead of the FA Cup finals? I'm sure we can get to that in a bit.
Yeah. Martial has been ruled out.
There's no Martial. Anthony is doubtful. That is on the United side. But the Man City, everybody's fit.
That's actually one of the things that scares me, but we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Commotion from Ablekuma says, it says, I want continually to tell me more about Man United's takeover. Well, he has said it.
What's the normal? The announcement will be made after the FA Cup.
Thank you.
It's Atani. No, but it's Atani. It's Atani.
Hey, Charlie, we'll see. This one here.
The 6 billion is on the table. What the man says he wants, the 6 billion is on the table.
Don't call me. It looks like Sergio Ramos is leaving PSG as well.
Oh, looks like there's a
reset.
There's an exodus from PSG this summer. Should be interested to see where United, you've wanted Sergio Ramos all your life. No, honestly, you guys have wanted Sergio Ramos.
I think they should sign Sergio Ramos and Neymar.
And they will need to Neymar.
Not now.
Ten Hag would not do. You see, you should look about the man in charge of the team. He will not buy such players. Not now.
Sergio
Ramos in his prime, who wouldn't want him?
I think Sergio Ramos and Neymar to add some experience.
They'll come.
We can't afford them.
Who can afford them?
There's cash.
Me.
Now the cash.
If I had money, I'll take Neymar AC Milan.
Thank you, my brother. Let me go on with more messages. Yao Chris in Simon says, how can my team United go for Mason Mount? It won't pull through at all. So somebody shot the Mason Mount.
He's not Ten Hag.
Good evening, team. Tell Man City that the FA Cup is our inheritance. The score is 2-1 for United. Foresight, Athenia. Okay, hashtag Sports Panorama. This one's from Nadine from Awudome Cemetery, room 316. It's good day. Trust you guys are doing well. I think it's time Andre gets sidelined for the youngsters. We have a striker in League 2 who has more goals, but he has not been called. I'm a United fan. The only difference between Amate and Maguire is that Maguire can control the backline perfectly for Leicester and command the starting position there. Interesting thoughts there. This one here says, don't you guys talk about Black Stars buses? The buses are Z registered. Oh, so is that true? I don't think that's true. The Black Stars buses are fairly new. At least from the ones I've seen.
Even if it's Z registered, if it's working,
some of you are really petty. This one says, when Eric Ten Hag says he wants Mount, do you think we as fans, our views matter?
It doesn't matter.
Obua from Tamale with that one.
I'm glad he said, because sometimes we argue about things.
No, once he says, for me, I'm at the stage where I'm supporting Ten Hag. Whoever he wants, go and buy for him.
Ten Hag, we believe.
No, that's it. He believes in them. And I like Coach for his consistency. He's always backed coaches until they are impossible to back.
Of course, then you play.
Thank you very much. Talk about the FA Cup tomorrow. Coach, let me start off with you.
Yeah, Charlie.
Man City won in fact, they picked up 1 point in their last 2 Premier League matches. Clear evidence that they were winding down for the cup games of the season. They've rested their players. They have 1 trophy in the bag already. They are aiming for a treble. You've always insisted that if any team can put the brakes on this City team, it's United. I watched them against Arsenal and I watched them against Bayern, and I'm asking myself, how exactly is United going to make that happen?
Okay, so it is not going to be simple, but with the proper game plan, I think there's a way out. If you look at this Man City team, I'm going to sound a bit tactical here. If you look at this Man City team, they want to dominate that round object. They want to impose themselves on their opponent. The presence of Erling Haaland allows them to play a bit differently. They can tease you into believing they are passing you to submission. Then, bam, they go long. He heads it down for De Bruyne, and then everything has switched on to something else. What United really need to do tomorrow, if I see Eriksen in the team, and it is only Casemiro, Eriksen, and Bruno in that midfield, United will lose the game and lose massively. Because only Casemiro, Bruno, and Eriksen in the middle of the field, in midfield, the minimum will be Ayoko. But if I have my way tomorrow, I'll play Casemiro, Fred, McTominay, and Bruno Fernandes. This is what I'm going to do. This is the way I'm going to line them up. Bruno Fernandes will play on the right because there will be no Anthony tomorrow.
Well, right wing.
Right wing. But the success in that is this. Tactically, Man City don't have a left back who will bump forward with some form of pace. As for Grealish and Forbes-Sakes, that is a no contest tomorrow.
Total shutdown.
So United can afford to give the ball to Ake. Or United can allow Ake to have the ball. Bruno Fernandes can come and then close Ake down. But when Bruno plays on that right-hand side of the United attack, his movement should be going directly infield, like a diagonal movement infield, to match up to the 4. Because in Man City, there will be Rodri, there will be Gundogan, there will be John Stones, and there will be Kevin De Bruyne. These 4 guys will be in the middle of the pack. Occasionally, Bernardo Silva will come in there, make it a 5v4. So you have to make sure that Bruno Fernandes comes into the middle and forget about Ake or Ikanji. They don't have any pace. Wan-Bissaka can combine Ikanji or Ake and Grealish and deal with the 2 of them with ease. So when that happens, then clearly, once you match them for numbers, give them, force them to do something they are not used to doing. What is that thing? Like was done at Old Trafford. Get Fred to follow Kevin De Bruyne everywhere he goes. I think Casemiro, McTominay, Bruno Fernandes can handle John Stones, Rodri, and Gundogan in the middle. The extra dimension is Kevin De Bruyne. If you go back to that game at Old Trafford, the only time Fred slept on the job, De Bruyne was giving an assist to Grealish. Ten Hag came out, prompted him that the job is not finished until the game ends. Fred then went back to De Bruyne, and United equalized and won the game 2-1. We know that we will suffer tomorrow. And I'm happy that...
When you say you suffer, you spend long parts of the game watching City play.
Bring them forward. That is why Rashford will have to play through the middle tomorrow. He has to play through the middle. Because even if you play him as the left winger, he will not chase Kyle Walker down. He will not do that. And always Luke Shaw or whoever. Now, if I have my way again, I will not pair Varane with Lindelof. I'll pair Varane with Luke Shaw because I saw what the two men did to Erling Haaland in that game at Old Trafford. They went to the new camp. They dealt with the Barcelona attackers. So that Luke Shaw-Varane partnership looks very solid. David De Gea, without a doubt, will have to make some 3-4 World Club saves. I don't bet against him. He will do that. It's just a one-off game. Man City starts as favorite. They will pass it around. They will tease it around. They will tease it around. They will pass and pass and pass and pass and pass. The one thing that is going to be for sure, in Carlos Casemiro. In Carlos Casemiro.
Charlie, I like no mention the name from
Carlos Casemiro.
Charlie.
No more. Introsole.
Oh.
Unbelievable.
Champion Casemiro.
Obawo. Onapo.
Oh.
He breaks up the play, but then Marco Rashford on the move. Bah! As for John Stones, Neves, Ruben Neves, and then what? Ikanji. Rashford will beat them for pace all day.
You mean Ruben Diaz?
Ruben Diaz, sorry.
Yeah.
Rashford will beat them for pace all day. If United don't concede in the first 30 minutes, if you're a United fan, Betway is there. Go and make money.
Investors, coach has spoken
I'm
into
saying
your
that.
lives. Please repeat that for them again. Betway
After
on
the
Betway.
first 30 minutes,
Yes.
if United don't concede, because I don't see how United will win this if they were to concede first. So I'm being very humble. If they were to not concede in the first 30 minutes,
go and make yourself some
go and make millions. Go and be rich.
Don't. No, I like that again. You sound like a prophet. Say, go and do it.
Make millions.
Go and be rich.
Go and be rich. And then the icing on the cake. No more. Tomorrow is Man United finals of final. We don't have any game to play again. Man City,
they have a Champions League
in
final.
a
to look
week's
forward to.
time, they have a Champions League final. Every player will have to feel the sensation in his bones.
It will have to be a do or die affair tomorrow.
Anytime, if Wan-Bissaka is sliding Jack Grealish, he should make sure that Grealish feels the sensation in his bones. Varane should be kicking the heels of Erling Haaland tomorrow. Haneye. Hane bote miale. It's all part of the coaching. For me, it's about the midfield in Ketia. It is Casemiro, it is Fred, it is McTominay, and then it is Bruno Fernandes. Eriksen should stay, because he will not win the ball off any player. And in that midfield tomorrow, you don't want a player who will not win the ball. If you win, look, McTominay, he can't pass. We accept it.
But he can
win them, he can bully. Because this City 2 team, they've got good area threat. The genuine area defensive in the Man United thing is Varane and Casemiro. So in McTominay, that is a genuine addition into the trade. Tomorrow will be his last official game. Last time she can war Dominic. Oh, make Fred.
They win their last trophy and go.
Let's go. Again, this one is for the life.
That's what Scooby-Doo and who is Scooby-Doo?
Scooby-Doo. Let me read a few tweets before I take predictions before we take the show home. Marina Bridedo says, unlike Sterling, Grealish doesn't need to take you on before creating something. There's so much dynamics to Grealish's game. I think I agree with that. Oheneba Kisi says,
he's seen Grealish and Wan-Bissaka before. Tomorrow's not going to be the first time.
Thank you.
He's seen it plenty of times.
Oheneba Kisi says, Mohamed Kudus is better than Mount. This one here is from Gabi Ten Hag. Says, Mason Mount is a good player, but I personally don't see how he's going to improve our team.
You are not Ten Hag.
He says, I'm trusting Ten Hag because he showed he can bring the best out of players. So if Ten Hag wants him, I want him.
I mean, I wouldn't have.
That's all.
But if I have money, I won't buy Mason Mount.
Once
Ten
Ten
Hag
Hag
says I support.
Thank you. Visit Ghana 233 says Mason Mount is not the kind of player Man United need. They need a striker like Kolomwani of Frankfurt.
Hurricane. They need Hurricane.
This one here is from Banks Boat.
Honestly, I think Kolomwani is one of the most overrated players right now. Current.
His numbers say otherwise.
I think he's had one good season. I think
We should wait. We should wait for a
mention-
repeat.
I'm not saying he's not good.
We are
but
buying
when we are talking about
Hurricane
the top levels, like, I don't
and the
think he's
boy
smart.
at Atlanta.
Rasmus Højlund.
They say he's going for 60 million. The guy who was sitting on the bench at Stem Grass and came
2
sit on
years.
Atlanta's bench.
2 years from now,
he was
he's a
scoring
world
at
class.
Atlanta.
No, but he's not even
We
they
like
don't-
him.
They don't even consider
We
him
like him.
a key player.
We
So
like
for them
him.
to be quoting 60 million.
We like him.
Okay. Oh.
Ten Hag says he like him.
So
So
you
you
like
like
him.
him.
Thank you.
Frankfurt too are saying 100 million for Kolomwani.
Yeah, all those guys are crazy. all of them are crazy. This one here is from Prince Anoche. Says, I'm a United fan. I don't think we need Mason Mount in the midfield. I disagree with coach on this one.
They are not Ten Hag.
Papi Kofi says, as coach said it, if the coach wants him, it's fine. But I feel we have his likes on our team. Top priority should be a poacher. Okay.
No, that one is not to say that we are not buying a striker.
Kwame Gold says, we don't want Mount to leave Chelsea. Man United should sleep. Okay? This one is from Easy. Says, Coach, why are you talking about Mason Mount? Jude Duncan says, is coach talking about the same Mason Mount?
But Jude, you know my son on Mason Mount. I told you not to buy Harvard because of Mason Mount. Look, I won't spend my money to buy Mason Mount. Let people get it straight. But I have my own Mason in the team that I'm praying we welcome back because he guaranteed me more goals.
Thank you.
More goals.
Let's do predictions on that game. Just snap thoughts before we
Okay,
go.
but I think I agree with coach on some aspects. If City score first, how difficult the game will be for Man United, and also I think knowing Pep Guardiola, he doesn't repeat the same mistakes twice. And I'm sure he has noted what Eric Ten Hag did to him in that 2-1 win. That sort of man marking of Kevin De Bruyne. Trust me, Guardiola is overthinking this final.
But I
moment.
feel like Ten Hag knows Guardiola. Ten Hag has his
it will be a
own.
final of
He has his own
surprises.
ace up his sleeve.
Yeah,
You know,
see,
he wants to pull a surprise.
it will
on
be
you.
a final of
think
tactical
Richie makes a good
surprises.
point because if I remember correctly, Man City played a 3-4-3 in their last game.
Yeah.
I don't know whether he's testing
Pep is
it out
testing
to see-
things. He's overthinking things
Whether
now.
he plays 6-2-1, 8-7-9. It's Kevin De Bruyne. Fred, follow him. Finish. He doesn't care.
I love that.
Take one.
Give me a
I
prediction.
go for Man City win.
City win. Yeah.
I'll go for Man United. Man United win. I don't think Man United will play out a very eye-catching game. I think they will.
But they have enough to win.
Yeah, they have enough.
I think
to win the game.
the injuries and the lack of availability, I think that's why City have everyone fit. That's the only reason I would say. If it was that, I'd be a lot less confident. But I think Ten Hag will have to make some decisions about who starts because of the injuries. And even to change the game, the options he has are even more limited because of the injuries. So I can't see past Man City.
I see this game playing out the way it did in the game between Man City and Liverpool. Way early in the season.
It's
this
okay.
past season.
It's okay.
Liverpool won that
you had
game.
the chance to make a prediction.
But
No
at the end of the day,
explanation. It's okay.
It's
okay.
Man United will win.
Let's do quick showers before we go. Coach.
Tomorrow, where are we doing the game?
We're at Gazebo. Gazebo.
Gazebo.
Very nice place.
It's the last game of our season.
Yeah. Gazebo View inside Jolo.
Jolo.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Coach says that one guy, 2 liles.
If
One
you don't,
guy,
if
2
you know
liles.
you not come with the lile, don't come there.
One guy, 2 liles. One
Exactly.
guy, 2 liles.
See,
please.
a research shows that there are
want some of
4.
our girlfriends to beat us.
No, see.
No, what are you talking about?
No, we are fine.
Exactly.
The-
We are fine.
The viewers should bring
So yeah,
the liles on board
research shows that there are an additional 400,000 women
in the world.
in Ghana
In
alone.
Ghana, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah, what's about close to 3 billion?
So if we get 1 man to 1 lady in Ghana, there'll be extra 400 ladies. So bring them
400,000 ladies. In the
400,000.
world,
400,000.
the other day when I think they said the world population about 7-something billion.
We've crossed 8, we've reached 8.
8 billion. The men, we are only less than 3 billion. The women, almost 5-6 billion.
Yeah. So bring the lily tomorrow.
Thank you. Gazebo View, Jowulu, Roadshow,
Nice
Pichichi,
one.
quick shout
My
before
shout
we
out.
go.
See, the sports panoramans are increasing.
Thank you.
So big shout out, big ups goes to Jesse Hornsby Odoi, listening to us now from Kaswa. I learned that he's a strong sports panoramans. He doesn't joke with the show at all.
Jeffrey?
Week in, Jesse
okay.
Hornsby Odoi, week in, week out. Charlie Diago from Kaswa.
I
So
know-
big
I
shout
know
out to
Philip
him. Where
Hornsby, although they might
exactly.
be
So
related.
Jesse, have a good one. And also Sadiq, aka Mandzukic. His friends call him Yaya Neymar as well. So
Hard.
Yaya Neymar, Charlie. another strong Sports Panorama fan as well. So the list there. Next week I'll bring more.
Thank
Two per week.
Thank you.
Yeah. Shouts to the ladies, Dorcas Amionu and Abna Henoa Asari.
Sorry, see, shouts to the ladies.
The ladies, man.
Thank you. Graham.
Oh, I want to give a shout out to Citi TV, which is about to celebrate its 5th birthday.
You don't know.
Yeah, so that's my shout out.
No more ina go ntale no onye fejo aka ni ba che ntale.
Thank you very much, my
brother.
brother.
Ma dumo jala mi.
Thank you. You will stand inside the jala. You will stand inside the jala. You don't have a problem. Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much for doing the listening. My name is Benjamin Nketia, your head coach, Christopher Nimley, Susu Graham, Yahweh Jamita, and Evans Ofochumanso. You can also call him Pichichi.
Oh, El Nketia, El Ben.
Thank you very much. Saledoro Pichi.
Two puka for you after the show.
Santiago Pichi. Thank you very much. Thank you. International Pichi.
Stop striker. We're going to win the staff day out.
Thank you very much, my brother.
The line out.
Thank you very much. So proudly brought to us by Shell Helix. Now everybody's looking for that one thing that pushes them to bring out their best and enables them to reach peak performance. Your car wants this too. And that's why your best bet is to give it Shell Helix engine oil, lubricant mu in Koswohene. Shell Helix is specially designed to bring the best out of your engine, protecting it from wear and tear, and providing the power and performance needed to give you the best ride every time. So whether you are cruising on the open road or battling with busy traffic, Shell Helix will keep your engine running smoothly. Choose Shell Helix lubricants mu in Koswohene for the ultimate power, performance, and protection. Visit your local Shell station today and experience the difference for yourself. Show also brought to us by Puka on Bell Beverages. Goes down real smooth. Recharge the African way. Bell Puka, recharge the herbal way. We have a Premier League postseason preview show for you coming up, so don't touch that dial. Keep enjoying the programming.